I am Larry Dunn, original keyboardist, musical director, and composer for the legendary Earth, Wind & Fire. I've got an incredible 13-piece band, 5 singers, 4 horns, kicking by the rhythm section. It's been quite a journey. '92, did my first solo album called Lover's Silhouette in Japan, and our good buddy Hiroto Kobayashi introduced us to a young man who had his own record company. And so back in those days, you had what? Cassettes. So I gave him a cassette with like 4 songs on it or something. And right away, it's like, cool. And this was even better for those of you who are married. He said, well, all I ask is one favor. Can you please feature Louisa, your wife, on at least 1 or 2 songs? I'm like, oh, that's an easy one. Number 1, she's my wife. Number 2, she'll love it. And it just came out great. Now, we didn't actually have a band at that point. It was just us. And we actually went back to Japan and did a few appearances like Virgin Record Store or Tower Records, what have you. And they had little stages. It was just Louisa and I with a DAT tape and me playing keyboards live and her singing. And so that was the beginning. And then years later, we did the second one, Into the Journey, that's still out now. So we started putting a band together. So we got Procton Bonnell III on vocals, Leslie Smith, who sang with everybody from Sergio Mendes to Phil Collins, Masta Edwards, another great singer. And a couple of years ago, we acquired Howard Johnson of So Fine and Louisa. 5 singers, y'all. I joined Earth, Wind & Fire at 18. I just turned 18. And I actually met Maurice and Berdine when I was 15 or 16. And Philip and I were playing together, and Hilliard Wilson, who's still the bass player with me today after 40-something years. The thing that people would say, well, Larry, you know, you were so instrumental in Earth, Wind & Fire and the sound and whatever, and that you were the sound. I said, now, slow your roll. Because we had so many great musicians in Earth, Wind & Fire. But I will say, you know, when a keyboard player walks, it is a lot of the sound. You know, but it was quite a journey. But to nail that sound, first of all, I love live music. I know it's a big thing now, and not saying that I might not do it one day when I go into some of the productions that I've done for other people. Ramsey Lewis, Stanley Turrentine, Level 42, Dee Dee Bridgewater, on and on and on. I utilize that technology where they're playing along, and some of the music's on a hard drive is also, you know, so I'm not knocking it. But as for what they're seeing now, the anthology of Earth, Wind & Fire by Larry Dunn, it's live. And so you only got one shot to pull it off. On drums, we got Ty Fleming, a beautiful young man, just amazing player. And like I said, Hilliard Wilson, him and I have been together since I was 11 and he was 13. Then 2 years later, when I was 13 and he was 15, we saw a group and we brought in Philip and we combined forces. And then we went through different bands, kind of changing. And then we ended up with them called Friends in Love. And we ended up opening the show for Maurice when he had the older guys from Chicago. They played at the Hilton Hotel and we opened the show for them. And then Berdine and Maurice actually came down to the club we were playing in and checked us out. About 6 months later, they broke up, we broke up, and God made it happen.